A single strike from the ground can shift the balance in an instant. A snake's attack often comes with remarkable speed and power. With almost no warning and little time to react, it can quickly put its prey at a disadvantage. Even other predators can find themselves in a difficult position when they move too close. But are venom and lightning-fast reflexes enough to maintain that advantage against every challenge? Across open woodlands and rocky hillsides, pythons are masters of ambush. They rely on camouflage, quietly moving closer before suddenly securing a grip and using their powerful coils to restrain prey. But against a fully grown porcupine, that advantage is immediately put to the test. A porcupine's body is covered with thousands of rigid quills. A single poorly angled contact can expose an opponent to the porcupine's defensive quills. For a predator like a python, which must bring its head close to gain control, the margin for a safe approach becomes significantly smaller. The encounter quickly becomes a patient standoff. The python repeatedly changes direction, searching for an opening between the quills, while the porcupine adjusts its position only when the predator moves too close. That defensive strategy makes every approach increasingly cautious. Against such a dense defensive barrier, the python's powerful coils and ability to restrain prey become much harder to use effectively than in a typical hunt. In the wild, having a powerful weapon does not always guarantee the greater advantage. Across Africa's grasslands and bushlands, the black mamba is one of the continent's most formidable snakes. With a body measuring more than 10 feet long, speeds approaching 12 miles per hour, and fast-acting venom, it can pose a serious threat to many animals. However, the black mamba generally avoids confrontation when an escape route remains available. When a young lion moves too close, or an adult accidentally blocks its escape route, the mamba immediately raises the front of its body, opens its distinctive black mouth, and repeatedly makes warning strikes. This is a defensive response, and most lions choose to back away rather than take the risk. Yet even this formidable snake has a remarkable opponent, the mongoose. With extremely fast reflexes, the mongoose repeatedly moves in an arc, forcing the mamba to keep turning and gradually creating openings in its defensive position. If the mamba maintains enough distance and lands a well-timed bite, the advantage remains with the snake. But if the mongoose avoids the first strikes and successfully closes in around the head or neck area, the balance can shift very quickly. Mongooses are not completely immune to snake venom. Instead, their reduced sensitivity to certain venom effects, combined with quick reflexes, precision, and an effective approach, can provide an advantage. This encounter shows that in the wild, no advantage is ever absolute. Across the arid deserts of North America, rattlesnakes are among the most effective predators. With folding fangs, heat-sensing abilities, and lightning-fast strikes, they need only a brief opportunity to gain control of their prey. Yet among the rocky terrain and thorny vegetation, a very different opponent appears, the roadrunner. Standing about 2 feet tall and capable of reaching speeds close to 20 miles per hour, this bird spends most of its time on the ground. Its powerful legs and ability to change direction quickly help it stay beyond the reach of sudden strikes. After each missed strike from the snake, the roadrunner gradually moves closer. It delivers a precise peck and immediately retreats to a safer position before the snake can respond. This approach and retreat strategy may be repeated several times, maintaining pressure while limiting risk. With smaller snakes or individuals that have already lost some stamina, the roadrunner can sometimes turn the encounter into a feeding opportunity. Yet the rattlesnake's challenges are not limited to the ground. Whenever it leaves a rocky shelter to bask in the sun or search for prey, it can also come within sight of a hunter from above, the hawk. From high overhead, even the slightest movement against the sandy ground can be difficult to hide from this bird of prey's sharp vision. The hawk circles widely, continually adjusting its viewing angle to track the snake's head and the direction of a possible strike. Only when conditions are favorable does it descend, carefully remaining outside the snake's most dangerous defensive range. Rather than moving in immediately, the hawk maintains steady pressure. It suddenly lands and then quickly takes flight again, forcing the rattlesnake to keep turning its head and raising the front of its body in defense. These repeated responses gradually reduce the snake's advantage, while the balance increasingly shifts toward the predator from above. Across this harsh landscape, every advance and retreat becomes part of survival, where strategy can sometimes make a greater difference than any natural weapon. During the breeding season, meerkat burrows become busier than ever. The young can attract the attention of many predators, including cobras. As the snake approaches the burrow entrance, the adults immediately shift from foraging to defense. Some position themselves between the young and the threat, while others take turns moving closer and quickly pulling back, forcing the cobra to keep turning and making it difficult to focus on a single direction. Faced with several constantly moving opponents, the cobra often chooses to retreat when an escape route remains open. For the snake, a prolonged confrontation only increases the risk of injury without offering much benefit. For the meerkat group, success does not mean overpowering the opponent. Protecting the young and encouraging the threat to leave the area is enough to achieve their survival goal. On Fernandina Island, young marine iguanas emerge from their nests one by one after spending months developing beneath the sand. With the safety of the water only a few dozen feet away, that short distance becomes their first test of survival. Hidden among the rocky crevices are Galápagos racer snakes, predators that are highly sensitive to movement. The moment one young iguana starts running, nearby snakes immediately accelerate in pursuit. For that reason, not every iguana moves at the same time. Many begin running only when the snakes are already focused on another target. As dozens of snakes pursue the first iguana, others suddenly make their move. Although some snakes still notice and follow them, the confusion forces the snakes to change direction and sometimes cross one another's paths. Even a brief opening can be enough for a young iguana to break away from the surrounding pressure. Not every run has the same outcome, but on this challenging island, speed is only part of the story. Sometimes survival does not favor the fastest. It favors the one that moves at the right moment. Deep within Africa's tropical rainforests, the leaf litter covering the forest floor provides ideal camouflage for the Gaboon viper. With a body measuring more than 6 feet long and patterned scales that blend almost seamlessly into the forest floor, many animals can pass nearby without ever noticing it. Unlike many other snakes, the Gaboon viper can remain almost completely motionless for hours, sometimes even days. That patience not only conserves energy, but also makes it difficult for prey to detect the danger nearby. When prey moves close enough, the strike happens in an instant. The longest fangs of any snake quickly deliver venom, with only a few inches separating safety from the sudden strike. The Gaboon viper's success does not come from pursuit speed, but from camouflage and patience. In the dense rainforest, those qualities can sometimes determine the outcome of a hunt. Across the tropical forests of Southeast Asia, the king cobra is one of the region's top snake predators. Its diet consists mainly of other snakes, making the king cobra one of the most distinctive predators in the reptile world. Reaching lengths of more than 18 feet, the king cobra does not rely on long-distance pursuit. It follows scent trails using its forked tongue and a specialized chemical sensing organ in its mouth, patiently tracking prey until it moves close enough. Once within range, the king cobra strikes almost instantly, delivering venom that quickly reduces the prey's ability to respond. Against non-venomous snakes or species with less potent venom, a single well-placed bite can quickly create an advantage. The king cobra then begins swallowing its prey. However, when two adult king cobras encounter each other during the breeding season, they raise the front of their bodies and intertwine in wrestling contests to establish dominance. The objective is to gain mating access and cause the other snake to retreat. The king cobra holds a distinctive place among snakes not only because of its impressive size, but also because of its specialized hunting strategy. While many snake species do not regularly prey on other snakes, the king cobra relies on them as its primary food source. Across every encounter, venomous snakes demonstrate both their power and their ability to act at the right moment. Every behavior is driven by the need to survive. These qualities help them remain among nature's most formidable predators. That is why encounters involving venomous snakes can be so tense and unpredictable. Don't forget to like and subscribe to follow more stories from the wild.